Okay, so in the same breath, then you got Tia Mowry that was married, who said she saved herself a marriage, and then they got a divorce, and now she's back out here in the world. And how do you think that is for her being with only one man?
And that's why I said I don't regret any of my choices. I do feel like for Tia, though, I don't know about Tim's dating life or anything like that, but because she was in the industry, her mother and her father didn't allow her to date until she turned 18.
Okay.
So when she got with her husband, she was 20. She said she didn't lose her virginity until she was 25.
Okay.
So she met him, they dated a little bit, then got together, and then she lost her virginity, and she's been with him ever since.
Okay.
She didn't date. They really, I don't know about his life before that, but she didn't date. She didn't really have no life experience besides being a child actor before him. And she might just be going through a midlife crisis. I don't know, because it's just like when you ain't had no life before somebody else and this is all you know, you get to a certain point, it's just like, well, what else is there out in life? Now, we know because I know that ain't nothing out here, but if you haven't lived that life, can't nobody tell you. You know what I'm saying? You have to live it for yourself, and you have to go through the pains, the struggles, whatever it may be. And she may come back and be like, dang, I should have stayed with my husband, or she may not. But the thing is that until you live that life, you're going to be miserable. You're going to make that person miserable. So I feel like for her, she just has to experience whatever it is that she needs to experience, because her whole life has been in the industry, and then boom, when I finally can date, I meet a man and I'm with him forever, which is great because they had a great marriage up until the point where it wasn't great. He speaks highly of her, and she does not speak bad about him. She just says she wasn't happy in the marriage, and that doesn't mean that he was a bad person.
Do you think she wasn't happy in the marriage because she hadn't been with anybody else, and she just really wanted to get out here in these streets and have a good time? And she was like, you know what, I done been with you my whole life, and all my friends done had the times of their life, and I've been over here with you.
It could be a little bit of that, and it could also be that they have been married for so long. And of course, if you don't know anything else, it may seem like something is out there for you. And honestly, if you haven't even looked, or if you haven't been around to know, like, yeah, it is something else out here. It could be that. I don't know because I can't speak for her, but I do feel like she is going through, she's searching for something, and hopefully she finds that within herself. But she wasn't finding in her marriage. And people change. After a certain time, too, people change. Like, they've been together since they was kids. Like, her whole life has been in the industry. His kind of has, too. You know what I'm saying? He definitely did come from a modest upbringing. You know what I'm saying? So, being from Chicago. So, he had a little bit of a rougher edge to him. So, I'm sure.
Well, you see it in Cory's eye every time he acts. It seems like he's ready to whoop somebody's ass every movie.
And I didn't want to say that, but that nigga look like he'll beat a bitch ass for real. I'm happy you said it, because every time I was trying to keep it cute, but that nigga look like he crazy. That nigga look like he crazy. Even in interviews that I had where, like, she started talking, like, I'm speaking. And I'm like, this nigga crazy.
Well, no, he acted his ass off in that last movie he was in, too. Oh, my God. That man showed out, and he became my favorite actor after that, too.
Even in the little stuff, like, I don't know if you watched The Shy, because that's my show.
Yeah.
His eyes just give me, I will beat you. It's like, that nigga crazy. I ain't gonna hold you. Like, I feel like it's some deep rooted.
No, I just think he just has that ability. Inside. I don't think he heard a fly. I just think that coming from that Chicago upbringing, he had to have that look in his eye just to keep folks at bay.
If you came from Chicago, you had to have more than that look in your eye. Okay? All them niggas got a little something in them. But also, too, you know what I'm saying, on his end, he has always been Tia's husband. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's been an actor.
I ain't never seen him act in a movie that he ain't show out in either.
No, you know what I'm saying? But that's the thing, though. Like, now that he is not in this relationship, people giving him all the accolades, all the kudos, all the, ooh, he's this, he's that. But when they was in a relationship, it was he's Tia's husband or whatever. So that can take a toll on a marriage, too. Like, bitch, I ain't just your husband. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm the man of this household. So we don't know everything, but like I said, I feel like on her end it may be a little bit of a midlife crisis of like, who am I really outside of this relationship? Because her whole adulthood was with this man, and that's all she knows. Her whole childhood was on TV in the industry, and she didn't really get to live because her parents, she said, protected her. They was not, she wasn't at no Diddy parties.
No,
okay? No. She was at home with her mom and daddy. So
no, I don't blame
she don't know.
I mean, but how do you feel about women do you think that's something that most women should do, is just say, you know what, I'm saving myself for marriage? Or do you feel like it's so much variety out here, you still need to understand what the world is about before you settle down with one person?
I feel like there is a balance that can be had in that. So if you say, hey, I'm saving myself for marriage, you can still date because you're not sleeping around with everybody. You're getting to know people. You're getting
I'm talking about you're going to have to get it busy a few times now.
But
ain't nobody going to be trying to be dating nobody.
Let me say something.
Going home plate now. You just want to sit over here and date all the day. Ain't nobody doing that.
You, being a celibate woman is so funny because
so you pissing everybody off.
Everybody. Because you know what the problem is? They're the problem. Because I tell them what it is. I'm like, I'm abstaining from sex at this point in my life, whatever.
Yeah.
It's all cute. Like, oh, okay, haha. Yeah, cool. I told you. And they be thinking you lying. They think everybody's just a hoe. And a lot of people are just doing a lot of stuff, but they think everybody's sleeping around and doing it, and they think it's all fun and games, like, And if they do believe you, they think they're the ones that
can... So $1,000 worth of dinners later, you still on that bullshit.
Still on it.
Ooh.
Because you know what? What you realize, when people take sex off the table, this is for men and women.
Okay.
You lusting after this woman, right? Like, okay, you take the sex off the table. You really start talking to her, you like, damn, she ain't got no personality. She is slow. I actually don't even like her.
Yeah.
I just want to fuck her. You take that off the table for a man, like, dang, you know what I'm saying? He look good. Okay, that's cool. That's whatever. I him or whatever. You take that off the table. He ain't got no personality. His money is his only personality. Like, you don't have nothing in common with this person. Like, when you take it off the table, you just actually get to see who you are having a conversation with, who you're engaging with. Like, you get to see a little bit more. And we're in a time where everything is overly sexualized. So people are not even thinking past, like, she got a fat ass, she got some, whatever the case may be, they're not thinking past those things. So they're only seeing the sex. And a lot of people get into situations to where, ooh, the sex good. And then they realize once the baby's here, they don't like the person. You never even really knew this person.
Yeah.
It was just good to you.
Yeah.
And now you got a baby and you realize that you don't like her, you don't like him, or y'all don't even have the same beliefs. All these things that could have been talked about before you even got into that situation, and realize that you don't like that person.
How do you feel now living your life with intent, though? You know, not just, settling for nothing and saying, you know what, whoever's going to be with me is going to be with me.
Yeah, it's a hard place.
Ooh.
It's hard because, when you are living with intent in all areas of your life, God will test you a lot of different ways, and He will break you down to the ground, to the ground,
yeah,
where you feel physical pain.
Yeah,
but no, but honestly, it's just like it's hard because you have to just like stay in that intent, but also it's easy because it's just like, okay, cool, this is what I do want, this is what I don't want.
Yeah.
And so you can walk a straight path, and you can like, it makes it easier for you to actually just like get out of situations. So like I said, just having conversations with people, I'm like, if I had a baby by him, I don't like his mama or this or that. I don't like the way he was raised. I wouldn't even want my child to be raised that way.
Yeah.
Or whatever the case may be. So you can get out of a situation quicker. But like you do have to, at certain times you're just like, dang, if I wasn't doing this or if I was just living this way, I could probably have this, this, and this. But
okay, when you pull the celibate role, how are those conversations when you keep on, when somebody finds out that you're serious about it?
I don't think people really still take you serious. Like, I tell people in the beginning, I don't have no problem, like, being honest with anything. Like, this is what it is. And they're like, all right, cool, I respect that. I love that for you. It's all cute. And then when it's like, oh, she's serious. Either they got an attitude, they think you playing games. And it's just like, I told you what it was in the beginning. How am I playing games? So it's just like, some people take it the way they want to take it, but then there's people that really feel like, oh, I'm going to get her. I'm going to get her just to say I got her because she thought she wasn't going to give me what I wanted. So
how many times have you nearly been raped or beaten taking this route that you're taking?
No.
No, that's a question that needs to be asked. Because if you want to play these games, guess what? You play these smart games, you're going to win smart prize.
I don't put myself in certain situations to to where it even gets that close. Okay. Like, you gotta know, I ain't gonna. When I say people think that you playing, it's just because you've been dating for a while and they think like, oh yeah, time's up. This is the time. I don't put myself in situations where it's like you laid up with me thinking like, oh yeah.
Yeah.
This is about to go down.
Chill.
Yeah, I don't even, because I know what I'm not going to do.
Exactly.
So it's just like, there's no point of even playing that game. I don't put myself there.
Well, that's good. That's good. So you might want to teach other women that want to be celibate how to stay celibate too. Because Netflix and chilling is not helping with your celibacy.
They know that. And that's my problem. If you had, so as a woman who has never had sex, who's a virgin, I can give her a pass. But as a woman who has had sex, has been in sexual relationships, and I'm not going to say every time you Netflix and chill, you know what I'm saying, something happens, but you know.
Yeah.
So why put yourself in a situation where you're like, okay, it could possibly happen, unless that's what you want to happen. And I'm not saying that, please do not say this for like victims of essay or anything like that. I'm not speaking on that type of situation. I'm just saying like when you're dating and you're trying to be celibate and you know what I'm saying, you get in bed and like, oh, oops, I slipped. You knew you was gonna do that. You know what I'm saying? There's no slipping in certain situations.
Exactly.
So it's just like, don't put yourself in that place to have to go there if that's not where you want to go.
Okay, now I can dig that. I mean, with that being said, Erin Rae, what else you got going on in these streets? What's happening?
You know, we got a lot going on. So
talk to me.
2025 is going to be a really good year. So it's a couple things that I can't speak on just yet, but spring of 2025 is going to be a good year. So
is it going to be lit?
It's going to be great. I'm really excited. So yeah.
Okay then.
Yeah.
Is it going to involve a lot of money? Because if it is, let me hold some.
You know, you don't count your money until it's in your pocket.
I agree with that. I don't count the money until it's spent. To be honest with you, I got to spend it.
I got to spend that money, okay? But the contracts, the ink is dry. I'll say that. Ooh. So we good.
I can dig that. How can they follow you though?
I am Erin Rae, all social media, of course. Yeah.
So. Y'all heard her. Get down with the movement. Be Hot Radio, shout it. Erin Rae, holla at y'all in a minute, man. We gone.